Hello, friends. It's so nice to see you. It's Friday. That means it's time for the Friday weekly wrap-up. I'm Christiana Gaudet. I am your Tarot Fairy Godmother. So, first of all, I have to say thank you. I have to say thank you to Cassia for the generous super sticker and Katie Kondo for the generous super chat. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for starting us off with your generosity, Cassie and Katie. Really appreciate it. Super chats and super stickers are things you can do to support this channel. You can also consider becoming a member of this channel. And members, of course, support this channel with a monthly contribution. If you're interested in membership, please know a couple of things. Number one, you can choose one of 3 levels. And number 2, you can cancel at any time. Now, if you're here for the first time, please do subscribe and hit the bell. And you know another thing you can do to support this channel, like this video, and make sure you share this channel with your tarot friends. All right, so what we do every Friday is one card to wrap up the week. It's a card where we look at what just happened here. What do we learn from it? How did we do? How do we go forward? If you were here on Monday and did the 3-card weekly reading, then you can let me know what card you got on Monday, because it's kind of interesting to see the card you got on Monday and then the card you got on Friday. So, you know I like to switch it up when it comes to decks. Today we've got the Tarot Original 1909 Circular Edition, Sasha Graham, who of course was a headliner at StarCon, and I just enjoyed seeing her again at her Spirited Away event in Brooklyn, New York, at the end of May. So a circular deck, that's interesting when we talk about reversals because it offers degrees on both sides. We'll see how it goes. Here's the deck. Shuffling a circular deck is its own interesting challenge as well. But we'll do it. And I will see these, I'll do these in the order in which I see them. But first we'll do a card for the collective. Even before that, you can laugh at my effort to shuffle the circular deck. Actually, it's not going so badly. Let's see. One of these days I'm going to be doing this and the cards are just going to go all over and y'all will laugh at me. Yeah, it's not the easiest. Sort of got a little bendy here. No crease though. Okay, that was the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune got a little bendy. You got to be careful with that when you shuffle your decks. All kinds of weird things can happen. But if you don't shuffle your decks, how do you get random? You know, with a deck like this, I almost sort of want to stir the cauldron, which is another interesting way to shuffle the deck. Okay. Do we feel shuffled? I think I do. All right. So first, a card for the collective on this Friday. The 4 of Swords, man, that says TGIF if ever I saw anything. And it's tilted just slightly to the left, which means it's getting time for us to rest. It's getting time for us to recreate. But we're all feeling like we have so much we need to do that we kind of hold back on that. We're kind of having a hard time giving ourselves time just to chill. So let's turn that right side up and say, time to chill. And maybe we even found ourselves this week very tired. Maybe there's a lot going on in the world we are just sick and tired of. Maybe we're feeling right now we don't have the energy. We can't muster the energy to do the things we need to do. Was it a low energy week for you? Did you find yourself so busy you had to force yourself to rest? Or did you find yourself so tired you had to force yourself to do the things you needed to do? That's the question. All right, so let's do these cards. And we are going to start with the first person I see here, who is Smile Soul 20. Thank you so much for being a member here. Here is a card for the wrap-up for you. you get the Four of Cups mostly reversed. And so I think this week you actually had to work really hard to keep your attitude good and to make the best of some difficult situations. It was not the easiest for you, but you did it and you did a good job. And I think you can see there are rewards to doing that. So, very good. All right, Amber A., so nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Here is your wrap-up card. Ooh, it is the Hanged Man almost completely reversed. So I feel like this week you really did your best trying to take control of difficult situations. So if we look at that, let's see, how is that? It's like this. So it's tilted. You know, it's almost like this week you really had to force yourself to do that. You had to force yourself to take control, to do what you needed to do. And there may still be other ways that you gotta push yourself to get done what you have to get done, to take care of what you have to take care of, and to remember that you are in charge. Don't let other people boss you around. That's really the key as far as I can see it. Okay, Diana, nice to see you. Thanks so much for being a member here. You had the Fool reversed on Monday. How did we interpret that? I remember it, but I don't remember it. You know, like I remember it came up that way and I was like, what's up with that? I think I said, don't worry about risk. I think that's what I said. I don't remember. Let's look at what we see now. I shuffled! You saw me shuffle. Exactly the same thing at the same tilt. And there's like no markings or anything that would make that stand out. So this must also be a card for you, Diana. Taking control of your life, forcing yourself to do what must be done. Maybe that's an energy that's prevalent for all of us right now, which is interesting with that Four of Swords that we got for the collective, that we really need to force ourselves. But I think this week you got a lot done and there's a lot to feel good about. Cassia, so happy to see you. Thank you so much for being a member. And thank you for starting us out with a super sticker. It is your birthday next week and you have a lot of tribulations. Well, happy birthday. And I'm sorry to hear about a lot of tribulations. Here is your card to wrap up the week. Let's see what we got. Okay, the Five of Cups almost reversed. It feels like you are really working to make the best of situations, to solve problems, and to stay as positive as you can. And that's the right thing to do. Yes, there are a lot of problems here, but you can solve them. And you've been working on solving them all week, and not all of them are solved yet, so you'll be doing that again next week. But you have the ability. You have the ability to handle every difficult thing. You have the ability to do everything you need to do here. That's what's important. All right. Lisa McCord, nice to see you. The Moon reversed was your Monday. I remember that. And I'll come right back to you. I just have to say thank you to Julie Rogan for the super chat. Really appreciate that. All right, so Lisa McCord. Here is your wrap-up cord, Moon reversed on Monday. Where are we today? Ooh, the Nine of Swords almost straight up. So it feels like it was a tough week and you had to work really, really hard just to kind of keep your focus, to keep away from all of those worries, all of those concerns, things that are bothering you. There's a lot going on. I think you handled it well, but you really have to look at what are those worries? What are those things going on? What are those things that are bothering you? And I think during the work week, you just had to put some of them to the side, but now you may need to unpack them and figure them out. What are the things that are bothering you that really you're just being overly concerned where you don't need to be? What are the things that are bothering you that you can do something about? What are the things bothering you that you can't do anything about at all? That's what you need to kind of worry about and think about. Try to figure that out, sort that out. All right, Jeannie Mnuchin, nice to see you. Your Monday card was the Page of Pentacles, and I hope you got a lot of good work done. Thank you so much for being a member here as well, Jeannie. We really appreciate you. Here is your wrap-up card. Did I say that twice? Did I give you appreciation twice? I might have done. Better twice than nonce, right? Nonce, is that a word? Not at all? Nonce, nonce, once, twice, thrice. What's 4 when it's 4 times? What do you say? I don't know. All right, Jeannie. Okay, your Monday card was the Page of Pentacles. We wrap up the week with the Hierophant tilted just a little bit to the left. So I do feel like, with the Page of Pentacles, there was this sense of moving forward in your work. And the Hierophant really just blows that up. Like you got a lot done this week, I think, or made some good connections or did some things to put yourself as an authority where you need to be. You may still feel some resistance to that internally or externally, but no. Do not respond to that resistance. You just keep yourself going because you are doing great being the person in charge, getting to where you want to go. Very well done. White Magic Witch, certainly. Here is a card for you. Well, I guess this is yours. The Page of Pentacles almost reversed, tilted all the way to the right. So I feel like this week you had a hard time figuring out what you need to do to get the things you want to get done. And you're trying to figure it out. You're trying to work it out. There's a lot of moving pieces. There's a lot of moving parts. You know what you want. You know what you want to get done. But you're having a hard time figuring out exactly how to do it and who can help you. The key is you got to keep working on it. You got to keep working on it. This would suggest to me that as you go forward, there will be some success working towards your goals. All right. Clumsy Clairvoyance, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. A wrap-up card for you. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Here is a wrap-up card for you, Clumsy Clairvoyance. Oh, you're the second one to get this. I feel like there's been a lot on your mind and on your heart this week. I feel like there's been a lot that's been upsetting you, a lot that's been bothering you. And so maybe it was a little bit of a tough week. And I think there's been some question about what you are dealing with head on and what you're just kind of not dealing with. And you may be trying to deal with things that don't need to be dealt with and not dealing with things that need to be dealt with. So I feel like right now what you really need is a spa day or whatever your version of that could be, just to do some self-care, or aftercare if you will. But I feel like there is some healing you need to do, and that really got pointed out this week. All right, Nalini Kalu, I see your emoji game is strong as usual. Thanks for being here. Here is your card to wrap up the week. The Knight of Cups, straight up. So I know you're in a new relationship, and I know you'd had some questions earlier about aspects of that relationship that were not pleasing to you. But this is actually making me think that maybe there's been some nice improvement, and maybe things are moving forward nicely. So I wonder this week what transpired in terms of the relationship, and also just in general in terms of you moving toward trying to build a life you love. One way or the other, I think this week you saw real improvement. Katie Kondo, it's so nice to see you. Thank you again for being a member here. And thank you for the super chat. So this week you had the Two of Cups at the beginning of the week and you added a new member to your team. So that is fabulous. That is fabulous. Really, really great. And I remember a great reader told you that you would start to get your team together in June. And here we are. It's June and it's happening. And so my review of these cards, man, they are hard to shuffle. And they're not sticky in any way. They're smooth. And it's interesting because we've been getting a lot of repeat cards, But there's nothing, I mean, this is a brand new deck. There's nothing in the cards that would make certain ones come up on a mundane level, you know? So I think that has to be by universal design. All right, so Katie, here is your wrap-up card. The Three of Cups. It looks like there will be adding even more to the team, that you will get, this is good. This is really good. Well done. And you went from 2 of Cups to 3 of Cups this week. How amazing is that? And so I think we have to have some happiness in terms of building the team. And it looks like that's just going to continue. So isn't that great? Febborn, nice to see you. Chariot on Monday. Your end of the week card today. Let's see what we got, starting with the Chariot. Justice leaning a bit to the right. And it's interesting because 2 major arcana cards, starting with Chariot, ending with Justice. I feel like there's been some things in your life going on. Maybe it's what you're seeing going on in the nation or in the world, where things don't feel fair, where things don't feel right. And maybe that might be things going on in your household that don't feel fair, don't feel right, or both. And I think you are trying to figure out how to apply just the right amount of force to make things better. What can you do to make things better? Where can you put your energy? And I think that's what you've been thinking about this week. So, good thing to think about. Martha Vink, so nice to see you. Martha Vink, the owner of the sneakers. For those of you who are friends with me on Facebook, and if you're not, why not, right? I posted a picture of Martha's feet and my feet. We met for a meal and discovered that we were both wearing crazy sneakers. How cool is that? All right, nice to see you, Martha. Glad you're here. Here is your card to wrap up the week. The 9 of Cups, sort of halfway, like really at that very straight angle to the left. You know, there's some things that are going on that are good, but you're having a hard time feeling happy about it. You're going to have to really work to feel happy about the things that are going on, but you should. I think this week you were like, okay, I'm here, I'm positive, I'm good, but you weren't entirely feeling here and positive and good. And that was hard. So acknowledge how you're feeling, but let's try to be in a place of being really satisfied with the things that you are satisfied with. The things you aren't satisfied with, if you can fix it, great. If you can't fix it, let it go. Von Ray, it's so nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. And thank you so much for using a members only emoji. Hang on, I'm scrolling up here. There we go. All right, Von Ray. Here we go. Let's see what we got for you for the weekly wrap-up. Oh, another 3 of Cups. Yours slightly tilted to the left. You are really looking for friends, looking for community. This week, you may have found someone of interest or found some way to consider, moving forward on that search. One way or the other, it feels like this week you did some good things toward that search for community, and it will pan out over time. So I feel good about that. Okay, hey, Chrissy McNamee, so nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. Here is your wrap-up card. Card on the floor. Is the card on the floor Chrissy's card? Here's what it is. The sun tilted just like that. Chrissy, I think this week there were some things that happened that were good, that felt really good, but almost like good things were happening that you didn't have time to enjoy, where you had other things going on so that you couldn't fully enjoy the good things. But what do we see for this past week? Busy, good things happening, and trying to enjoy what you can in the ways that you can. All right, that's okay. All right, Kristen Louise, hope you're doing well. Here is your card for the week. Oh, it's Justice and still at that little tilt there. So this week, I think you tried really hard to find your balance. You tried really hard to take care of everything that you needed to take care of. And I feel like you're thinking like you need to push yourself even harder to do more, to do more. Good Lord, how much can a person do? Stop pushing yourself. Kim K, so nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. So you got the death card on Monday, and you've had a lot happen in your family. I know you lost your mom. Got the death card on Monday. And Belinda and the twins are doing well. That is so exciting, so great. So much going on in your family. So when we find one card to wrap up the week, the Six of Pentacles reversed, and really a very straight on reversed. You know, I feel like this week you really had to take care of yourself. You really had to look at the people who were there for you and the people who weren't. How you have been so good at being there for others. And there are other people who have been there for you, been there for your sister, been there for Belinda, all the things. But at the same time, they're the people who should have been there that aren't. And you're very aware of that, and it's okay to be aware of that. Don't be angry, just remember, don't count on people you can't count on, and frankly, don't do for people you can't count on. There you are. Carrie Dunnick, it's so nice to see you. So you had the Three of Pentacles reversed at the beginning of the week, which if I remember, we thought was some weird stuff about work. So, as we end up the week, oh, there's that Hanged Man again, and at this really interesting tilt. You spent your time this week trying to correct problems, trying to fix things, trying to take care of what needed to be taken care of, trying to make things better. I think you mostly did a good job, and the things that you couldn't do, it wasn't your fault. So I think you did a good job sort of taking care of stuff and fixing things this week. Baby Cake, so nice to see you. Your emoji game is strong. Let's see what we got for you. And why, oh why, with this deck are we having so many repeat cards? It's so interesting. Like sometimes I can blame the deck, because if it's an old deck, I know there are some cards that are like a little more bent than others, so they're going to stick out more often. Can't with this deck. Okay. Baby Cakes. Oh, Page of Pentacles, really almost at a full tilt, not all the way, but quarter way, full quarter. And I feel like this week you've really been thinking about career, education. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? Where do you want your life to go, and how do you direct it there? And I think you've been having a lot of thoughts in that way, but maybe haven't known what to choose or haven't felt empowered to figure out how to go forward. Find that power as you go forward, because it's time. Betty Flesher, it's so nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. Monday's card was the Ace of Pentacles reversed. All right. Here, the Eight of Pentacles just tilted a little to the right. Now for me, there's this huge connection in the whole suit of Pentacles. So you started with the Ace, you ended up with the Eight. I feel like you're like forcing yourself to get stuff done, to learn things, to find your way forward. I think you did a really good job showing up this week, doing those things. Whether those are mundane tasks, learning things of greater import, figuring out what needs to be done, or doing what has to be done. You did it this week, and you are growing and you are learning, and that's important. Teresa Chase, so nice to see you. Thank you for being a member here. Thanks for using members-only emojis. The Hierophant was how you started, which was so perfect for your journey. Oh my gosh. Cards all over the place. Okay, so as we review this deck, it's a little hard to handle, clearly, but kind of fun too. I don't know. Let me know what you think about it. Okay, Teresa Chase, here is a card for you. Oh, another Six of Pentacles, also, just like Kim got it, really sort of straight up and down the other way, right? Sort of reversed, almost all the way. And so I think this week, you may have worked on your boundaries. Saying no to what you needed to say no to, saying yes to what you need to say yes to, so that you can move forward in a positive way. So good job on that. All right. Nesty, so nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. Okay. Oh, and now I just overscrolled. I have to find you. Hang on a minute. Here we go. So you had the Knight of Wands reversed on Monday, and you pulled that same card today. Oh my gosh. Why so insistent, Knight of Wands in reverse? It's an interesting question, isn't it? I think it's all about finding your direction, believing in your direction, believing that you can have a direction going forward, doing something you're really passionate about. And now we have the Six of Pentacles going toward the right. So I feel like you may this week have been planning some time together with someone you haven't seen in a long time. Planning a trip to see friends or family members, or planning some conversation, or even dreading some conversation with someone or some situation that you haven't had to deal with in a while. I think you're also on a deeper level thinking about the things from your past that are coming in and holding you back now. And I think that is related to the Knight of Wands reversed, because there was something in your past that took your power away, that made you feel like you couldn't do or be or have what you really wanted. And so this card coming up talks about undoing that. That's what I think. All right. And oh, you have this deck. Oh, that's so cool. Very good. Okay, Pamela's Insight. Monday, you got Judgment. All right. Okay, Five of Cups, tilted to the right, almost, that full quarter turn. So this week, part of Judgment, this is the aspect of Judgment where you really think about what's going on, how's it doing, how am I doing, what's good, what's not good. What can I fix? What can I fix? And I think you've really been spending a lot of time in that contemplation. This card speaks to it, so does Judgment. And as long as you learn from that contemplation and move on from it, it's good. Leslie Jones, so nice to see you. Here is a card for you. Leslie. Woo! Tower almost fully reversed. Was it a tough week for you, Leslie? Were there a lot of things maybe going wrong, but not like the worst they could be? Are you healing from something in the past that was really difficult? Those are the things that come up here. Nicely, this is not predictive. Whatever difficulty has happened seems to be resolved. We like that almost full reversal here, and since it's tilting to the left, it kind of puts it more in the past, but there is a real sense of healing and recovery from difficulty. All right, Nicole Mezzatasta. So nice to see you, Nicole. I feel like I haven't seen you in a long time. So good to see you today. Okay, that must be, okay. This is the card because it's the one that came straight up just like that during my sloppy shuffling. Straight up. Page of Swords for you, Nicole. This week you did a good job communicating. You did a good job learning. You did a good job figuring out what is true, what is not, what you want to do, figuring yourself out and expressing yourself. So learning, communicating, figuring out your truth, you did all of that really well this week. Well done. Hey, Tiffany M., nice to see you. Thanks for being here. All right, Tiffany M. I just had to scroll up again. Here we go. A card for you. Man, unfortunately, this card has been coming up for a lot of people today. That Nine of Swords. I wonder, Tiffany, if it was a week where you had a lot of worries or a lot of upset. Did you have trouble sleeping? Is there a lot on your mind that is bugging you? And my guess it would be things from the past. Healing from things from the past, letting go of things from the past, processing things from the past. If that's what you had to do this week, that's what you had to do. But make sure you do it and move on. Don't live there. Okay, so going back to, I'm just scrolling down to the part of the comments where people are commenting on the card for the collective, which was the Four of Swords. Kristen says, I'm always tired. Jeannie says, low energy week for sure. Gotcha. Claire Lilly, hallelujah. So nice to see you. Thank you for being here. Thanks for being a member here. You have been missing in action, but I'm glad you're back. Nice to see you. And everyone, Claire Lilly is the creator of Aunt Lily's Tarot. You see me use that sometimes here. It is a great deck. Make sure you check it out. Aunt Lily's Tarot from Claire Lilly. All right. Here is a card for you. Three of Pentacles, just tilted a little bit to the right. Well, you have been working hard this week. You've been working hard recently, and I feel like your hard work is paying off. You're getting some real recognition, and you're also figuring out what you have to do to get more recognition, so that's all good stuff. Work. It's what you got to do. Aria Wilson, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Okay. Seven of Swords tilted almost all the way to the left. Aria, I think you've been spending this week processing some things that have happened in the past and figuring out what is real and what is not and what is true and what is not. It's a good process, but take what you learn from it and go forward with it. Don't sit on it. Lynn Collin, my friend, it is so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. And let's do a card for you to wrap up your week. Oh, almost all the way reversed, Lynn Collin. Nine of Cups reversed. Did something happen this week that was not to your satisfaction? Is there something going on where you're just not feeling the love? Whatever it is, you need to take your time to feel that, experience it, deal with it, but don't let that define you. Don't let that define your experience going forward. And Katie says that she too has been very tired. Makes sense. Julie Rogan, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the super chat. So Monday was the King of Swords for you. Reversed. King of Swords reversed on Monday. Today there's that Eight of Pentacles, and again, very skewed toward the right. I think this week you really had to force yourself to work hard and do the things you needed to do, and you didn't really feel like doing them, but you did them, so you get a gold star. Way to go. Good for showing up even when it's hard. Sometimes that's all you have to do. Okay. Jake, circular cards kind of scare me. Yeah, this one's scaring me today, I'll tell you what. Okay, Jake, glad you're here. Here is a card for you. Here's a card for you. All right, Jake. Temperance skewed even a little more than that quarter turn to the left. So, you know, Jake, I think this week you've been spending time trying to figure out how to do your creative project and how to get over some of the negative thoughts you have about your own skills and abilities that came to you from the past. Really having to recognize that you have everything you need. You have all the right ingredients to go forward and do really well. But there's so many voices in your head that tell you different. That's what you've been working on this week. Okay. Ashley, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Here is a card for the end of the week. We've seen that card here before today. Okay. Five of Cups, not quite reversed, but heavily tilted to the left. I feel like this week you were asked to handle some things or be okay with some things or accept some things that you're not okay with. And you really have to figure out how to sort of stand up and have boundaries and say, yeah, not okay with this. Karen Winkle, so nice to see you. Thank you for being a member here. Glad that you're here. Oh, you know what? I just skipped Christina R. Sorry, Christina. I'm going to do Karen and then I'm going to come back to you. Sorry. Okay, Karen Winkle. The Four of Pentacles completely dead on reversed. So, this week you may have heard news of where you thought people were not going to be nice to you, some people are going to be nice to you. Where you thought there would be no offers forthcoming, some offers are forthcoming. Where you thought there would be no motion, some motion is coming. And that's good stuff. I think it's just a matter of allowing the energy to flow. All right. Christina R. Sorry. Monday was Justice reversed. Great way to start the week. Let's see how it ended up. That was sarcastic, obviously. Yeah, so Justice reversed, and now the Two of Cups sort of tilted a lot to the left, more than that halfway point. I wonder if this week there were particular people you had a hard time dealing with, a hard time appreciating, a hard time getting along with. I wonder if there were some things going on that you didn't really feel comfortable with. And that's an unfortunate thing, and there's always that question about what do you do? Do you speak out? Do you suck it up? Do you just deal with it? What do you do? And so whatever it is, I feel like hopefully it's resolved. But going forward, the key is always about finding the right balance with yourself and with others. Oh, Amber A., thank you so much for that feedback. That makes sense. Thank you. And next, oh, and thank you for your kind words, Amber A. Yes, I like to be amazing. Yes, indeed. All right. Yatsuri Shop. Zuri, so nice to see you. Thank you for being a member here. Here is a card to wrap up the week for you. Death, but in like this straight on to the right quarter turn. So basically, you have to work really, really hard to get things to stay the same. I think that's what you're finding. That like the goalpost keeps moving and you have to work really hard to keep making the same goals. And that's hard, but you're doing it. That's the important thing. You're doing it. And I think that's what you figured out this week. Hey, Bianca, nice to see you. Nice to see you. Here we go, Bianca. Oh, there's that Page of Pentacles again, tilted very much to the left. Bianca, this week you may really be thinking, I don't know if you're in school or thinking about going to school or doing some kind of formal or informal study, but I think there's some thought about that, and specifically about how that could help you move forward career-wise. So what you can learn and what you can study in order to make more money and how you can move forward with that. I think there may have been some thought or opportunity there for you this week. Oh, nice feedback from White Magic Witch and also Nalini. Glad things are getting better. Very good. Oh, who's that for? Very interesting. You go away. You go away. All right. Okay, hang on. Okay, here we go. Denise Woods. So we're doing a card to wrap up the week. How your week was, what you learned, how you grew, what you did. What do we see about this past week? The Knight of Cups tilted almost all the way to the right. You know, I feel like, Denise, you are trying so hard to be good, to be loving, to be kind, to do all the right things, to move in all the right ways, and you're not feeling like it's noticed and you're not feeling like it's rewarded. I think it's been a hard week. But, you know, if being alone is what you need to do to make that feel better, that's fine. The thing is, you can't stop being you and you can't stop coming from a place of your heart. And that's okay. But maybe you will need to surround yourself more with the people who can really appreciate you, because you're worth appreciating. Oh, such interesting feedback from Carrie. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Nesty, thank you for that. What a beautiful way to sum up all that's going on. Makes sense. Oh. So Pamela, you know, sometimes when we're sick, a lot of energy moves through us. And there it is. And I hope you're feeling better soon. Okay. So thank you everyone for the feedback. Really appreciate that. Okay. Very good. Just reading through. All right, my friends, from my perspective, I have gotten to every request. I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. It is last call for readings, y'all. So if I accidentally missed you, I'm so sorry. Please reiterate. If you haven't asked and you want to, now is the time. So tomorrow, Saturday, the Saturday Psychic Sampler, we usually do that at 12:30. We're not doing it at that time. I have to work a bridal shower. We will be doing it. We'll be doing it later in the day. I'll put the link up as soon as I know when I'm available. So just watch for that. It'll come up later in the afternoon tomorrow. All right, my friends, I want to thank you so much for being here. I do want to remind you we've got a great Zoom class coming up at the end of the month. On June 29th, 7 p.m., we're doing What the Court Cards Want You to Know. If you struggle with court card interpretation, you want that. You want to take that class. So go ahead and get that ticket. Just go to my link tree and there it is. All right, coming in at the very end, Chara Saddlemeyer. So nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. A card for you and a card for Lucian. Most certainly, yes. Okay, for you, Chara. The Four of Wands almost reversed, tilted to the left. I feel like this week you spent some time thinking about relationships that have not worked and how that has left you in some difficult circumstances. And, you know, the key is we learn, we grow, it's okay. You are doing everything you need to do to create stability for yourself, and that is a good thing. Now, for Lucian. For Lucian. Oh, there's that Hanged Man that's come up a lot here today. Tilted. How was that? Tilted a lot, not a lot, tilted a little to the right. So Lucian, this week you spent some time thinking about what you can control and what you can't control, what you can do and what you shouldn't do. And, you know, those are probably good things for us to all think about and for us all to know. And Bianca, I really appreciate your feedback about schooling. Got a new opportunity getting your associate's degree this year, looking into what you want to get your bachelor's in. That is fabulous. So good. So yes, definitely reach out for an appointment. I do have openings this weekend. Feel free to reach out to book an appointment with me. That's for Bianca and anyone. I'll look forward to seeing you all. And remember, the Saturday Psychic Sampler will be at an undisclosed time tomorrow later in the day. So just look for me to post that as soon as I know when it is. Thank you so much. I will look forward to seeing you all soon. Special thanks to our members and to those who helped out today with super chats and super stickers. Really appreciate you.